Untamed is going to be untamed. It's going to be a little crazy. I want to talk to my people. I want to talk to my brothers and sisters. We can have grace and humility in how we interact with other people.
Oh, hot dog, look at you.
And nobody talked about what's really happening.
And let's have conversations about what truth is. All right. Guys, I only have 45 minutes here. I have to go get on the airplane. So hit the share button, do all the other things you're going to do. We have some major breaking stuff that we're going to have to go over today. Major breaking stuff. Guys, inside the deal, I put this up there. Let's start by saying this. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Now, some would say it's a good idea that you have a company that is owned in the U.S. that now owns this company, but put it up, guys. Put it up, please, right now. Dominion Voting Systems is now sold to Liberty Vote, acquired Dominion Voting Systems, in an historic deal. So let me tell you how historic it is. It is historic because, frankly, they'll now be able to hide information. So Dominion Voting Systems sold because they sucked every dollar they had at it. Private equity firms owned it. But private equity firms now own this company called No Inc. So private equity had invested in No Inc. This is like the shell game. They keep moving stuff around. They're not telling everyone. They're saying that, oh, it's a good thing because this is a GOP, ex-GOPer that is buying this. It's not. This acquisition is going to change the landscape because we're running away from getting rid of machines and mail-in ballots. They still want to have the ability to manipulate votes because, God forbid, the American people actually pick who actually represents them in the country. National Post spoke to Lindecker. So if you guys don't know, Lindecker, Scott Lindecker is a prominent figure in election reform. He wants to move everything to machines. They got everything that they wanted. They passed it over to this guy that owns No Inc. If you think that No Inc., or if you think that Runbeck, or you think any of these companies being owned by a U.S.-based company is good, it's not. Liberty Vote's commitment includes 100% American ownership with a focus on domestic staffing and software development. Company also prioritizes paper ballot systems in alignment with federal standards, incorporates rigorous third-party auditing to verify election integrity. It's all a lie. Risk-limited audits is a lie. And the entire system is designed to defraud the American people. You know, I don't know what this means, but I do know what happens when they go to sell those assets, because now they're hiding the sale. They're hiding the details of the sale because as an American, they own 50% of the vote of the American people, closely related to ES&S, Smartmatic, and all the others. You got whistleblowers coming forward. Dominion Voting System says, you know what? I'm going to go back to Canada. And you still have that little bitch Coomer who walks around saying, we stole the 2020 election. I can't go work in elections anymore. Well, you were a drug addict Satanist. Why would they want you to work in elections? Well, those get to keep going. They get to keep taking the pound of flesh out of people like Tina Peters. Tina Peters rots in prison for 9 years. 9 years. State charges that all she did was uncover the fraud in the election system. That's all she did. And now Tina rots in jail. Dominion gets to walk away scot-free. We talk about the things that are coming down the pike with Serbians that are going to come forward and say, yeah, they stole the elections. You got Venezuelans. Yeah, they stole the elections. They designed the system to steal elections. This reminds me of everything that they've done across the board, whether we're talking about big pharma, whether we're talking about our election systems, whether we're talking about psychotropic drugs and what they're doing to feed our young people, all of this propaganda. It doesn't matter where we look. Every time we turn around, it is the same thing. We get treated as if we're stupid. We're actually the smart ones, but they dare us to do anything about it. And now in our face, they put up their finger and say, you know what we're going to do? We're going to sell to Dominion to a U.S.-based company. Now the new narrative sets in. The new narrative was always there. You got a veterinarian that runs Pfizer. You got every pharmaceutical company out there that is a known felon. If these pharmaceutical companies were actual people, they would be serving multiple life sentences, billions of dollars in penalties for defrauding the American people and doing things that hurt Americans, that cause the death of Americans. And we get to sit back and watch it happen. Take this shit down. You should say, oh, we're really happy about this. I'm not happy about it. I want people to go to jail. I want their chests to cave in because they're in front of a firing squad, because that's what happened to the American people. And you know what we get? We sold it. And by the way, we don't have to tell you what we sold it for, but we'll just announce the fact that Dominion is now owned by an American company, putting us back to sleep. And here's the other part that I have a problem with. I have a problem with it. Laura Loomer was out there. I don't care about Laura Loomer. Actually, you know what? I don't care about any of Con Inc. I'm sick of it. You want to ingratiate yourself to me? You want me to feel like you're doing the right thing? Get Tina Peters out of jail. But no, all we get is superficial tweets of free Tina Peters, yay. That's what we get. Well, people like Todd Blanche and others just say, you know what? We're not going to let her out. It's not time yet. We just got to be patient. She's got to be patient. She shouldn't have to be patient. It shouldn't be about being patient. Here's what I said earlier, and then we're going to bring our guest on. You have people that are parroting the same, what I call Bibby Jew thing, the Bibby Jew, right? And that is the idea that they can create a narrative and push down on other countries to say they're the bad guys. See, I wrote this. Reality. I'm watching the sick narrative grow. I can 100% tell you that Qatar is not funding violence. It is not happening. And this Bibi narrative is designed to destabilize peace and destroy the reputation of a country that historically has done a ton to stop the destabilization agenda in the Middle East and Africa by CIA saboteurs. I grow tired of the chaos coordinators that work very hard to seek and destroy our country. And I've been there. So this isn't me just talking. I've been there. They pay me nothing. I've seen what they did in Iraq, Afghanistan, Sudan, Syria, Libya, Egypt, and the list goes on. If you're carrying a torch that is informed by the mainstream media, I can 100% tell you that you have been fooled and deceived. Sorry, not sorry. This is not a football, and you should not be able to pick a team like this, some sort of gladiatorial contest. This is not a game. It is real life and real consequences that do not favor you. They're designed for you to support the indefensible, giving evil cover that should never be able to justify. Think for yourself and pray for discernment. And by the way, this whole post, I put it up there. They decided that I'm not allowed to have any more reach. Same thing happens on all these different platforms. You're not allowed to have reach. 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 Joe, we're not going to let you talk about this because I know what it is. You don't want to support Netanyahu. You don't want to support Netanyahu, so we're gonna take away followers from you. This happens every day. And oh, by the way, as we do that, we're also gonna make sure that we suppress anything and everything that has to do with anything other than the narrative that we've created. So Laura Loomer can put something up that says, "Oh my gosh, Qatar's bad. You must support Israel." Yeah, we'll let that go. We'll put that up everywhere, even though it's not true. It's not backed by any facts. You say, "Oh, you know, Joe, you're a Muslim apologist." No, actually, see, the idea is you stand for humanity. It doesn't matter which side it's on. You're either on the side of humanity or you aren't. And by sitting here and demonizing entire countries and saying that they're bad, but we're good, we're the good ones, while you slaughter 30,000 women and children, I can't stand on that side. And you say, "Well, Joe, it's you have to support the Jews. It says in Genesis because that's what Ted Cruz said." Get out of here. I'm sickened by it. I'm sickened by this Zionist agenda that says that somewhere along the line, I got to stand up for atheist, godless individuals, people that hate God, that literally stand for evil. And they own everything. And yet everyone that speaks the truth gets what I got, gets the treatment that I got. Harry Fisher's here to join us. He's a J6er. I'm sure he has an opinion on what we're actually talking about right now. And we got a lot to get through. So we're going to run through it with him. He's going to be able to give his thoughts on some of this stuff. And for those of you that don't know, he's a paramedic and military veteran. He was with the Army and the Air Force. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, it's starting off with Dominion. I mean, I remember whenever we used to try to post videos about Dominion voting systems at the start of all this.
You can't do it.
No, they just go away, faster than whenever, a paramedic like me says, I did CPR in a vaccine line. Because that's when I really started fighting. My fight was actually the medical freedom movement, because I'm on the ground watching people die, and predominantly,
I just
when
pushed you in with the J6ers.
Apologies. Oh, you're fine. I'm okay with J6ers. Don't get me wrong. I had some friends that were there. I'm a paramedic. I work all the time. Like that's what I typically do. And whenever I started seeing them just slaughter our people, like literally slaughter our people. So you're not wrong in saying they're murdering us. And you want people thrown in jail? I want people thrown in jail. And whenever I watch Albert Bourla, the veterinarian, call JFK and everybody that I expected to do a good job, call them masterminds of it all, shake hands for $70 billion. While people
we talked about that yesterday. Like, how do I get behind $70 billion investment in the U.S. for infrastructure? You should have been doing it to begin with. And the only reason you got to invest money is because you've been killing off Americans for the last 4 or 5 decades.
Yeah. And they're doing it blatantly now. Like it's I've been raising my hand screaming, going, hey, I'm watching young people die. I'm watching young people get murdered. They take this substance that they are told it's safe, and then they die. They have strokes, heart attacks, aortic dissections, like brutal deaths. And you're literally silenced for it. I was silenced initially and called a terrorist. TikTok took the video down and called me a terrorist for making a video just saying I'm a paramedic seeing what I see. That's the world we live in. The good guys are called the terrorists, and the bad guys are called, well, the bad guys are the billionaires running the place being called the masterminds. And it's mind-boggling why we stand for it. But I get it. I mean, whenever you do get together like J6, and you do have a push of, God-fearing Christian people actually trying to make a difference, they'll be instigated into a fight, and then the unarmed white woman will get shot. And that they showed us. They showed us what will happen. I mean, can you imagine had roles been reversed that day, if it would have been a BLM movement and some white, security guy shot an unarmed black woman just crawling through a window? Oh my gosh. Portland would have been burned to the ground. Like, I mean, it would have been just madness.
It would have been burned to the ground again. It's already been burned down once, so now it's going to be burned down a second time.
Yeah, pretty much, yes. But it is that blatantly obvious now. I mean, and it's trying to stay sane, especially whenever working in a field like I'm working in. It's difficult because I'm losing people that I work with to turbo cancers, and like one of the people I work with, they're done. They're done. They're turbo cancer. They literally didn't want to take the shot, and they're regretting it now considerably. Another one, under 30 years old, multiple strokes. Like, so I'm not only seeing it on the people that I'm running, but I'm seeing my comrades, my brothers in arms getting removed from the playing field by things that they didn't even want to take. Like, they were mandated to take it. It's one thing if you want to, like, I dip on I dip on occasion. If they mandated dip, I would be pissed because, dipping can harm you, can kill you. But I look at it like that. If they took dip cans to schools and, literally said, all you kids have to start dipping to stay in school. It's okay. So you're mandating poison. Well, that's what they did. They mandated poison. I don't know how. I mean, yes, they're screwing us over in voting. Yes, they're screwing us over in many different ways. This Hydra is huge.
100%.
But this should have been the thing that woke everybody up. This should have been the thing. Like, whenever they said, we are going to take your job, which they did to me, they took my job because I worked all the way through COVID, hero during COVID, to zero whenever I was like, no, I'm watching that substance kill people. I'm not going to put that in my body. And they were like, okay, well, you can't work anymore. Guess what they still did while I couldn't work? I've got 4 kids. They said I couldn't work, and they still charged me taxes. That's called tyranny, right? Like, I mean,
Well, I mean,
not wrong.
And we should be looking at this from the lens of how it affects the American people, right? We should be looking at it from that lens. You know, they said, you had people that got on TV that said that the United States had the highest rate of death across the entire world. They didn't talk about the fact that they put every single person that walked into a hospital on a high flow ventilator, right? That literally blew up their insides. They didn't talk about that. They didn't talk about the fact that each hospital was incentivized to put them on ventilators. And then we put someone on a ventilator, you have a high likelihood that they're going to die, period. End stop.
I never saw anybody come off the tube. Like whenever I worked New York City, Lower Manhattan, ICU and ER. I picked up contracts there because they were paying us stupid money to work these contracts, which is another reason I realized, oh, okay, well, if you're going to pay a paramedic $1,000 a shift, so a 12-hour shift, they were paying me $1,000 a shift and putting me up in New York City. I can only imagine what the big wigs were getting paid with the federal dollars. Like,
so you're making 20, 30 grand a month to just run people into the hospital they're like death camps.
Yes, and then to watch them die. And then I also when I learned that what I literally was doing, I tried to coach them like, hey, they're going to try to put you on a ventilator. I haven't seen anybody come off of these vents. I suggest you just, you're going to have anxiety, because that's typically why we would get the calls or why they would come in, is anxiety. And they would have low saturations. It was something called happy hypoxia, which is very strange, that it's very seldom talked about, but a super low sats, and the patient looked normal. The patient wasn't acting like they were sickly. But still, with the way that a lot of these hospitals were running, they would go off basically the monitor and intubate the patient, put them on a ventilator, and the patient would die within days. They would also give them remdesivir and other drugs, but which one was it doing the killing? My thoughts on it, just my opinion, as a lowly paramedic, since these people were compensating really well at super low sats with whatever they had going on inside them. I think we were oxygen poison. We were causing oxygen poisoning, because that'll start shutting down your organs. Just if I give someone too much oxygen for too long, you'll start shutting down organs. You'll inevitably kill them if you over oxygenate a patient for too long. And that's what all these people seem to have in common. During that time, there was they started pushing ivermectin. I didn't understand why they were pushing ivermectin until I started putting 2 and 2 together with the like low saturations. I'm talking about like 40s and 50% type low, like ungodly level low, while the patient was just talking just like I'm talking right now, not having any word dyspnea, not turning blue. But if you look up certain avian parasites, I mean, there's a connection there, and if there was a bioweapon that actually was released, I don't know what was in it, but I do know some reason ivermectin worked for a lot of people, and it's a parasite drug, so it just made sense. So I'm definitely in the camp of there was something going on in COVID. I just see it like they utilized that to make a whole lot of money and also kill off a certain portion of our population, and also come up with these mRNA experiments, and they mass experiment on the entire population. Because mRNA technology, when you get right down to it, eventually for the elites, it's gonna not only make them a lot of money, but it'll probably help them stay alive a lot longer. I mean, this kind of tech, it's the Satanist type stuff, but I mean, this type of tech to experiment on the public like this and get this much, raw data and not care, how many die. Someone out there is going to profit off of that somehow, some way, stay healthy
1,000%.
longer.
1,000%. Well, I want to. I mean, so I got a bunch of stuff I want to dive into with you, right? And we're gonna kind of loop back, because I have to do a shorter show today because I have to get on. So I'm going to keep you for the whole thing.
Okay.
But I want to start here. First of all, we have a peace deal. President Trump put this out there that says, "Blessed are the peacemakers." And if you remember anything about what we did back in 2020, before he left office, he signed the Abraham Accords, which basically were a peace deal that was then destroyed by Biden and this regime. But the White House put out that, "I'm very proud to announce that Israel and Hamas have both signed off on the first phase of our peace plan. Blessed are the peacemakers, President Donald J. Trump." So take that down. Harry, let me just put it in perspective for you, and we can and then play this update. This is from Fox. I'm not going to play the whole thing, guys. Just give me the first minute or so. I'll give you the signal when. But this is some of the details of the peace deal, and then I'm going to ask you about Hamas. Let's go play.
Let's go over it so you have an understanding of what they perhaps framed out over in Cairo, Egypt. War will end immediately. So the fighting that's still continuing, we saw smoke coming out of Gaza, will cease. I don't think that'll be much of a problem. All hostages alive at the cease to be returned within 72 hours. We don't know when the clock actually starts ticking, but let's say Monday, at which time you'll have 20 plus alive and over 50 bodies collected. Right now, that's taking place, we understand, between all the different factions. There are groups that are holding hostages that are not members of Hamas but have the same militant mindset. Israel released 250 people with life sentences. That means more than likely they have killed before. Think about how difficult that is. 1,700 Gazans. Some people have been captured during this fighting. Keep in mind, Yahya Sinwar was one of the people that was exchanged for one hostage last time. He ends up being the architect of the October 7th attack. Thankfully, him and his brother are dead. Hamas members could be given amnesty if they decommission their weapons and agree to give up their rockets. That was the sticking point yesterday. We believe somehow they overcame it. Hamas will not have any role in the governance of Gaza, we should hope. Israel will not occupy or annex Gaza. That's not going to be an issue. The issue was really more the West Bank area where the Palestinian Authority mostly has the authority, but I don't think they're looking to take any Gaza. And I don't think that was much of something to be hurdled. Gaza will be governed by a temporary transition government. This is going to be key, and that government's going to be chaired by a peace council by President Trump. And then there's going to be people like Tony Blair, who's given basically his post-prime minister career to trying to find some way forward on a two-state solution or whatever's possible in the area. The question is, if you see Westerners in that region, we know they were targets when the Iraqi transition was taking place, will they be targets again? And the possible path to Palestinian self-determination and statehood. It's all going to be performance-based.
Oh, man.
How about that?
I mean, the whole thing, I mean, it's the typical, was that Phoenix rising from the ashes type thing. They love to do that. They'll burn something down, blow it up, and then they'll make their shiny city of gold out of it.
Do you know that the Hamas leaders are all billionaires?
I mean, I didn't know that, but it sounds.
Do you know who funds the
sounds
Hamas?
Plausible.
You know who funds Hamas? Bibi Netanyahu. Here's Senator Fetterman. He actually makes more sense, but he wants to nominate President Trump to win the Nobel Peace Prize because that's what Bibi said. We should give him the Nobel Peace Prize. It's all about personal recognition for individuals, not for what the people of America have to go through. Let's go ahead and play cut 3.
I think the whole point of having a Nobel Peace Prize is for ending wars and promoting peace. And I'm going to make a direct appeal to the president. You know, I hope he chooses to provide the tomahawks to the Ukrainians too, and give them the tools that they need to push back against the Russia. And if he brings the Ukrainian war to its end, I'll be the Democrat leading the committee for his Nobel Prize Peace for ending both of these terrible wars.
Nobel Prize Peace. It's Peace Prize. It's like word salad every time I hear that.
I mean, do you think they're all, do you think they're just all in league with one another, basically? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, I mean, you have Dominion voting systems that sold out to an American company. Just so we're clear, Dominion was created by creating Smartmatic by a Republican congressman that went to Clint Curtis and a Chinese company and said, make me an election system that allows me to cheat in elections where no one can actually see it happen. That was in 2004. He actually testified to Congress. 2005, you have Smartmatic. Obviously, they won the election in Venezuela using that same software. Comes to the United States, brings their big boat of cash, buys out Sequoia Voting Systems, puts a Satanist drug addict in the chief architect role in 2005, a month after they purchased it. He goes and changes all the math of the technology to align with energy decay models and or PID controllers. Less than a year later, they had a problem in elections in Chicago and the 17 states and the District of Columbia. Watched elections just go to absolute crap while they manufactured the results. You have guys that used to work there in 2006 to 2008. I mean, that literally have said, Joe, they bragged about going in, making changes and getting out. Nobody could see it. They did the same thing now, 20 years later. And we're surprised. We're surprised.
So what's the end game? I mean, what in your opinion, what's the end game? Because I don't disagree that it seems like everyone at the top is completely either they're owned or they're having to play the game so much that makes them owned. So what's the end game?
Yeah, I have no idea. Let me get a little deeper. I think the end game is just to destroy the American people. We're all slaves, right? We're all useful idiots for these people, right? Have anybody stand up for the American people? Just God forbid somebody stand up and actually do the right thing by the American people and say, you know what, you're not going to kill us anymore. We'd like to have our communities back. The stuff you're doing in Portland, you're all going to face treason charges, sedition. Police officers, you're not doing your job, sedition. Governors, mayors, people that actually stole elections, sedition, treason. You charge 50,000 of them, get back to a normalized environment, but we can't do that because anything that favors the American people, we just can't do it. We're not allowed to. Because elitist, I mean, we're their slaves. We're their slaves.
At some point, either we have to, at some point, sadly, I mean, and I hate saying it, but at some point we're going to have to, Constitution or get off the pot. I mean, either we're going to have to, own the fact that we're the American people or we're going to, I mean, that's it. Like history has shown us that war happens cyclical, keeps happening. It's still happening now. But the American people will only take so much, in my opinion, until it pops off. And I'm hoping it doesn't, because when that happens, I'll still be a paramedic, just having to pick up more bodies. It's not gonna be a pretty thing like in the movies, especially with the type of weaponry we have nowadays. It's going to be ugly, brutal, and I don't want it to get there. That's why I was really hoping that Trump, Kennedy, some of these guys could figure out a way to stop the COVID shots for sure, but that obviously isn't going to happen. So that hope is gone. But like you're saying, have the American public really, really in mind. But when they don't stop the COVID shots, it's really difficult for me because
it's past absurd. It's past absurd. TPUSA, Bad Bunny went in to do a halftime show. He's been critical of America and the enforcement of ICE operations. Obviously, he's not an American. So the NFL comes in and has Bad Bunny come in and perform. Now, he canceled all of his tour in the U.S. for fear of ICE raids, right? And instead of, and look, I'm going to be critical of the TPUSA just because they announced they're having an all-American Super Bowl halftime show in response to the NFL having Bad Bunny perform this year. So they say it's true. Turning Point USA is thrilled to announce the all-American halftime show. Performers and event details coming soon. So instead of saying just boycott the NFL, which Turning Point has that ability to do, so we get rid of Bad Bunny, they say, we're just going to have a different show. We're going to have an alternative. You could just watch the football and support this organization that basically is calling for the cutting off of penises and putting pride flags everywhere. But somehow we can support that, but let's just have a different halftime show that honors God. How about that? You good for that, Harry? You good for that?
Well, I mean, I'm not good with it. Obviously, I'll be a realist about it. You take away people's, circus, you take away their bread and circuses, they're going to get mad at you. Just today I was on with Mary Talley Bowden a couple days ago, and I was talking pretty critical on Trump and Kennedy, and the comments from the Trump followers, "You're a traitor." I'm like, I'm not a traitor. I never fully supported Trump. Like I was very open and honest about, hey, unless he stops these COVID shots that I'm watching kill my brothers and sisters, killing y'all, I'm not going to support Trump. So I'm not a traitor in that aspect, but I am critical on him. And if he is a friend of if he's a friend of mine, if he's a friend of the people, then I should be allowed to be critical on things that I don't like. I should be allowed to be critical without someone demonizing me. You should never take one single man and look at them like they're a deity. And that was this push. They wanted Trump to be a deity. They wanted the Kennedys of the world, the Trumps of the world to be this just put them on a pedestal and worship them. And you can't do that with humans. Humans will fail you every single time. They will.
100%. 100%. Let's I want to put this up if we can. Here's Bad Bunny speaking out about his Super Bowl performance in Spanish at the end of a Saturday Night Live monologue. I just want you to know something. Bad Bunny canceled his tour in the U.S. He canceled his tour in the U.S., but he still comes to the U.S. to go to things like, I don't know, Yankees games. We'll get that in a second. Let's go ahead and play this cut.
I'm very excited to be doing the Super Bowl, and I know that people all around the world who love my music are also happy, especialmente todos los latinos. Todos los latinos y las latinas en el mundo entero y aquí en los Estados Unidos, todas las personas que han trabajado para abrir puertas, más que un logro mío, más que un logro mío.
So what he said is, if you don't understand what I just said, you have 4 months to learn. That's what he said. But here's Bad Bunny at the Yankees game during the National Anthem. Let's go ahead and put this up if we could. This is him. These are all the people that are standing up with our country, and there's Bad Bunny sitting there during the Yankees game. So you want this? Yeah, you want to. I want to remind you that the NFL had BLM spray painted in the end zones, but nothing for Charlie Kirk. And we had different ones that stood up against Charlie Kirk. You had different teams that basically say, we're not even gonna mention it. You have a guy that basically protected our children. We're not going to mention it, but we can spray paint Black Lives Matter, BLM, in the. Make it make sense to me.
And then, can you also explain something to me that's going on right now? That I was in a space the other day and just got hammered on by people that I consider friends, and a lot of them were trying to really convince me that Charlie Kirk didn't get shot. Like that was a big conspiracy. It was very difficult because that's something going around right now.
He's in Woodsack. He's in Woodsack right now because we decided we were going to shoot him. And then make it look like he was shot, and then says you can't. It's all an op, brother. It's all an op. They kill a man, and then now they want to desensitize everyone to the fact, he was shot by a potato gun, and then somebody shot him with a gun that shot a wad of paper at him, and that's what killed him, and that was an exit wound, and it came up through here. I mean, I just can't. I can't. Rather than focusing in on who did it, because I do believe that it was an operation. It was an operation that killed him, period.
But they focus on it. So basically, like you said, everything's an op. So with everything that's going on right now, there's so many lies, so much deceit that people are just falling for all kinds of delusions. I mean, and a lot of it is forced delusion. So everyone's just being forced to be deluded or delusional. And which rabbit hole is the person going to fall for? Because there's just so many being thrown at the general public. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. I mean, that's intense. That's psychological. To have this kind of psychological warfare played out on our people, along with chemical warfare and all the other warfares going on right now. My grandfather would have been so pissed off. Like World War II vet. I'm glad. I know there was, things going on in his time that were pretty bad, but if he was alive right now, I would be so sad to watch him. He'd probably cry, honestly. If he had all the information right now, I can only imagine how sad he would be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no. I mean, look, it makes perfect sense, but I got a ton of stuff to go over with you. So I'm going to feel like I'm running at 100 miles an hour, but I just found out that my flight's taking off early. And they're going to leave without me if I'm not there on time. I keep going through all the different things. I'm not going to talk about the government shutdown right now because we'll put that post up. If you guys can just grab the video, put it up on my socials, please, with Jeffries and Mike Lawler. Basically, Jeffries is an idiot and wants to lie about everything. But then again, that's just what they do. Let's talk about this for a second. Antifa. The White House puts out and releases the name of those that funded Antifa. That list includes George Soros, the Open Society Network, the Arabella Funding Network, the Tides Fishing Network, Neville Roy Singham and his network, Hans George Weiss, a billionaire donor in Switzerland, and additional foreign cash. Now, I want to just say this if we can. These are the NGO networks. And yesterday I told you guys that we wanted that a NGO that I was on the board for wanted to fund paying for bail. That was actually came up funding bail, and they did. I just said I can't be a part of that, and I left the meeting. Here you go. You have them dead to rights. Why aren't people being arrested for treason, sedition?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to be. I'm not a friend of Antifa, so I'm not a friend of theirs by any means at all. Because they've got a lot of psychos, but there's a lot of psychos running around in every group. So I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, what do you think? Trying to make an example of some of these people, or just trying to scare people? I mean, utilizing the other side that is completely psycho on. It's okay to kill babies. It's okay to mutilate children. It's okay, all the things. COVID shots are great. That pretty much is Antifa. Like the BLM Antifa movement seems to be all the things that I'm against. Like I'm against those things, but they also can still use them as an example. I mean, whenever we're mad at you, we'll defund you, we'll arrest you, we'll go after you because one person did something stupid, no matter how stupid it is. So I imagine they're setting up rules in place that are eventually going to come after people like you and me. They'll set up. They're utilizing Trump and all of this God era of Trump to set up rules and regulations that'll eventually make it to where good, God-fearing Christians who want to take care of our country and stop mass murder will be arrested for speaking too harshly. And that's probably where we're headed.
Pretty crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty.
I'll see you in the gulag. I mean, I'll bring the dominoes.
At the end of the day, I just know that I just am going to give up and have faith that God will work it out. But I don't have a lot of confidence in what's going on right now. I just don't.
I believe God will work out our own soul. We can work out, our own soul with fear and trembling, and God will work it out, and God gets the last say. But I truly believe this world's ran by the adversary. I believe that the devil could bring up, you could go talk to Jesus on the mount and offer him everything because the devil had it here to offer. I think that was why he could, actually say that to him. I mean, it's God's footstool, but this place
I would agree with you.
Pretty harsh.
Oh man, it's pretty crazy. It's really, 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 really crazy. It's crazy what we're dealing with. Sorry, they just told me my flight is delayed. I'm just trying to figure out how much is delayed. So here's Austin, hop on here for a second.
Hey,
if we had the meeting tonight and I didn't make it in tonight, could you run the meeting and then make sure we have everybody on video, that I'm on video in the room?
The men's group meeting?
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure. Yeah.
You run it with, yeah.
All right.
What do you think? Yes or no?
Yeah. Give it a good swing.
Okay, that's it. Sorry. We have a fraternity that we built of men, and we all get together, and so we're gonna make it so it's available on video. And while you're actually on the phone, Austin, send an email to everyone saying Joe's flight just got delayed, and so he's not coming in, and we're gonna do it by video. By the way, anybody else want to get on by video and just give him my video? Are
we doing it 100% by video?
No.
Just send out Zooms to everybody, or what are you thinking?
No. We'll do it there. I want you there. Who can be there, but I want to Zoom for everyone else.
You got it.
All right. Okay. Sorry. We just handled that. Great. I don't have to go anywhere now.
Cool.
They just moved my flight by an hour and a half.
Oh.
And just Austin, if you could just tell them that TSA is having trouble down here in Texas.
You got it.
Showing up for work. Okay. All right. So let's walk through some stuff then. That releases me a little bit at the moment. Let's talk about let's talk about something that I think is really important. That's right up your alley. But before we do that, just to make sure that we have all the right information and that I'm doing something on my side, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to talk about our gold partner and a couple other partners, and we'll be right back and we'll talk about all the rest of the stuff. So guys, you're going to keep me for the entire time because I just canceled my flight. That sucks. Hit the share button, hit the up button. I see the Coomer showed up, so nice to see you, Coomer, watching us. And we'll be right back after this commercial break. I just want to make sure I square this. All right, we'll be right back.
My first time here shooting at the shooting range.
How's it going? It's also my first time, and I'm really excited.
It's also my first time here, first time shooting guns.
My day off of work, and they were like, hey, you want to shoot some guns? That was awesome. The revolver is crazy. I will definitely come again.
Yeah, it was awesome. Really cool experience.
100% bringing my friends here another time.
I like to come shoot because I get to spend time with my family. And the same for me. I love spending time with my family. It's something to do.
It's a lot of fun shooting.
When I first moved back into town, the first place I came was DCF Guns, and I signed up for a membership right away.
I got into shooting because of self-defense. I would encourage all women to be ready and to feel comfortable handling a handgun.
This was my first time ever shooting at DCF West. It felt amazing. I shot an AR-15 and it was amazing. It was powerful and I loved it.
I'm here today as a part of a group of women that support one another in continuing to practice and refine our knowledge.
Not only self-protection of ourselves, but protection of our loved ones as well.
I have fun and I get to meet with other ladies.
You should always be prepared to defend yourself.
And I love coming to DCF Guns West to shoot. I come with my family. It's a nice, clean, friendly range. Here I feel safe. I feel like the people to my left and my right are also really cognizant of their range etiquette. That's why I come to DCF Guns West.
Come join the DCF family today, where we keep the range hot and the deals hotter. Hey, this is just in from Fidelity. Gold could hit $4,000 an ounce as the Federal Reserve cuts rates to cushion the U.S. economy. The dollar drops and the central bank keeps adding holdings. Gold has been on a record-breaking tear over the last few years, and it doesn't look to be slowing down in the years to come. Are your savings protected with precious metals like gold and silver? Are you waiting for gold and silver to shoot even higher in price? I want you to call my gold partner, Goldco, today and learn more about what precious metals can do for you. That's 844-960-GOLD or visit untamedgold.com. You'll get a free 2025 gold and silver kit, and you'll get info on the #1 precious metal offer in the game, where you can get up to 10% back in bonus silver just for getting started. But supplies are limited, so don't put it off. Call my gold partner, Goldco, at 844-960-GOLD or visit untamedgold.com. That's 844-960-4653 or visit untamedgold.com. In every thread, in every stitch, Honor-Bound USA weaves the fabric of the American spirit. It's not just apparel, it's a testament to God, family, and country. At Honor-Bound USA, we're a family of patriots who put our faith, family, and America first. When you visit our website, you'll find a line of products that embody our commitment to pray, stand, speak, and act. As the official site for the Untamed podcast, all of our products proclaim speaking the truth with courage. We also have the powerful documentary from Professor David Clements, Let My People Go. Identify yourself as one of the few who are willing to stand for what they believe in. Join the Honor-Bound USA family today. Wear it as a badge of honor, commitment to the values that shape us, and a pledge to the bright future we will build together. Because when you're honor-bound, you're not just wearing a brand, you're embodying a lifestyle. Okay, you back? Oh, okay. Yeah. got some stuff to work out over here. And good old, I see Coomer's friend showed up too. Thanks, Coomer, for hitting the little down button. I agree with you. This is a shit show. I don't even know. I wouldn't be watching it. You're right. I think you need to go hang out, Coomer. Yeah, weird. Everyone else hit the up button. Got a bunch of people there. Just hit the up button. I should sit here and wait till you do it. Just hit the up button. Hit the up button. Hit the share button. Hit the up button. Hit the share button. Hit the up button. Share up. Okay. All right. Let's maybe buy this book. Oh. Ha! You guys ready for this? You ready for this?
What's up?
Hold on a second. Copy link. Rasmussen Reports just retweeted my thing. Told me to buy this book. I'm doing this now.
How long you been doing the Twitter wars?
Read this book. Here we go. What do you mean, Twitter wars?
Well, like I called them the TikTok wars because I went through like 100+ accounts getting banned and banned and banned. But I mean, Twitter's or X has been a lot better recently. I mean, were you on for a while before that during the Twitter days or?
No, I got kicked off. I had 200 some odd thousand people that were following me, and they literally canceled me. I went on November 9th and said, hey, here's what happened with Eric Coomer. This is the call he was on. And look, I have chills when I think about what happened on November 6th, 3 days after the election, and I'm up elk hunting, and I get this thing sent to me, and then I got to make phone calls and check and make sure that I'm like, okay, let me just do the last thing, which is make sure this is the right guy, right? Make sure that I have all the right information on what his propensities are. And I got access to that information. And then I had chills because I knew that it was going to change my life forever. And in 5 years, it's done nothing but turn my life upside down. I've been sued. I have to live in a house that's fortified. I have cameras everywhere, bulletproof glass. I have to carry a gun everywhere I go. I mean, Harry, And I did it for advertising clicks. That's what these little pricks said. I did it for advertising clicks.
Yeah, right.
I was set. I had nothing left that I needed financially or anything else. I don't even like people, Harry. I don't like people. Right? So I wanted notoriety? Really? I did that with technology. I did that by playing football with gang members and changing their life. That was the people I wanted to be known by. Not some little prick Coomer with a company that steals the voice of the American people. I'm pissed. I'm going to get a couch and I'm going to have to charge. You're going to have to charge me by the hour.
I get it 100%. I mean, and that's another thing that they'll try to do. And I get called a shill or all the time or grifter because I try to sell a book that I wrote a book about being a paramedic during genocide, and I'm nowhere near going to make enough money off of that book to ever retire even. And you get called these names, you get trampled on by the people that disagree with us, and the people that disagree with us are typically just terrible human beings, like just raunchy individuals. And I'm saying that as nice as I possibly can because they believe in some of the I don't know about the person you're talking about in particular that was coming after you, so forgive me, but I can only imagine if they hated on you, then they'd probably agree with like mass murder of babies. They probably agree with the COVID shots. They probably, maybe not. Maybe I'm totally wrong about them. I don't know, but I know that my people that come after me, my legion of trolls that come after me, they are all for aborting babies, no medical freedom unless it's to abort babies, and if you do wear a Trump hat, they hate you for that. But if you like Christ, if you want to talk about Jesus Christ, that really pisses them off. Like that's a good way to get them really angry. So maybe it's the same type of person, maybe not. Not sure.
I mean, yeah. Bro, I am past the point where I'm tired of evil winning. Right? I'm tired. I don't want to watch my brothers and sisters die. I don't want to watch people have children that have autism because they decide that's the best thing for our country. I don't want to watch comorbidities increase by dramatic numbers, 100%, 200%. I don't want to see us be lied to so badly that children change the entire trajectory of their beautiful life to change their gender because of some freak that recruited them in a school. Like, I don't want this. There's no part of this that I want. I don't want to be told that I got to bow down to Israel, right? And not be America first. I just don't want it. I don't want to sit here and watch the sovereignty of other nations get stolen from them and tens of millions of people die because we have a CIA tied in with an intelligence community that is so bent on destroying everything that is good about humanity. And we're supposed to ignore it and then have the technocracy just cover up for them as if it's just one big cartel.
You shouldn't have to deal with it. I'm wrong. No, you're not wrong. You shouldn't have to deal with all the things that you don't like and what you just said. You shouldn't have to. But you're going to. And you're going to have to deal with that until good men and women, I would rather just say good men, but good men and women come together and make their voices heard loud enough to just shake the foundation of corruption that has now rotted its way into the core of America. Like, I'm about to go walking in Washington, D.C. I'm going to go look around, and I've done it a couple times already, and I see these beautiful big buildings, and then I just all these bums sleeping. No, sorry, but all these homeless people sleeping on the streets, and it's sad. It's sad for them because most of them are mentally disturbed. Just they're talking to themselves and stuff while they're sleeping on the streets, just living in terrible conditions. But you're looking at these just monuments and huge buildings, and we don't even take care of our homeless. And then to know that most of these are probably veterans, or it's sick. I don't think it'll stop until we actually stop it. I don't think evil stops until evil is stopped.
And you have to be willing to speak up about it fully. Just continue to speak out about it, right?
Yes.
Here's my thing, Harry. If I said I don't like people, I don't like people. I don't like evil people, but I love my brothers and sisters.
Amen.
Right? And I've been all over the world, and I've here's so many times I get told, Joe, you're so arrogant, and I'm going, okay, I'm arrogant, by my detractors, by the way. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm arrogant. So I take it to heart, and I'm like, man, well, how was I arrogant? Well, and then so I'll bring it to some of my friends, and I'll go, what was I being arrogant? And they're like, well, you crack jokes. People don't understand you. And I'm like, am I arrogant? And they go, Joe, you know a lot about a lot of stuff. Like, you're a walking encyclopedia of worthless information. And it's true. I am. Right? I'm a freak when it comes to learning stuff. And once I put my teeth into something that I know is truthful, I don't let it out. Right? But then I think about what it would take to be arrogant and what you'd have to be in order to be arrogant. And I mean, arrogance is the avoidance of things that are true and walking past that and acting as if you are the authority on something that you're vastly not the authority on. Right? And that's just not who I am. And I love people because I don't want them to die. I don't want them to, when I was in Africa, they had a poacher, and I was in the middle of the bush. And so they were going to shoot the poacher. And so I stood in front of the poacher, and I was like, yeah. And I knew they weren't going to shoot me. Actually, I thought I knew. I mean, I guess they could have shot me.
You're hoping.
but I said, yeah, if you're going to shoot him, you have to shoot me. Thinking, no, you won't shoot me. And you can see the guy thinking about it for a minute, right? Because that's what you do, by the way. If you see a poacher out there, they just, boom, the judge, jury, executioner happens right there. There is no, lifetime meals or anything like that. But I didn't even know that man. But I was like, you know what? you have to do the right thing, no matter. It's when nobody's watching that you have to do the right thing, right?
Well, I mean, I guess you could. Some would make the claim that true faith could come across arrogance. I mean, arrogant. I mean, if you had true faith that they weren't going to shoot you, and even if they did, you were going to do the right thing. So some would call that arrogant. Some would call that faith.
I think afterwards I was like, wow, you're you may not be arrogant, but you're a dummy. You're just not that bright. But we don't have many people like that, Harry. We don't have many people that stand up regardless of the consequences and do the right thing and stand for our brothers and sisters. We just don't do it.
You saw that during COVID. Most of them just said, "Okay, I'll take the jab. Won't even fight." I mean, heck, how many did they kick out of our service members? I know quite a few actually, but a few that were about to retirement time. They were about done, and they were just treated.
Jeff in here says we don't like you either, Joe Oltmann. Come on, man. Now my own people are turning against me. Come on, what's happening here? I'm going to go work for Dominion. How's that? Take away the rest of your rights. I could build a system.
Might as well at this point, man. Just change it from the inside. It'll happen.
Hey, I'm here to tell you, I'll come work for you. Let's just do that. Just have me come to work for you. I'll build your system for you. Please don't call me. That's not true. That's not real. That's not real. Don't call me. So I want to talk about what's happening in Chicago and what's happening in because I think it's important. Chicago obviously is the same as Portland. There's some massive stuff happening right now. It is sedition. It is sedition when you go against the federal government in a way to overthrow federal law, right? That's sedition.
I mean, you're talking about in Portland right now? Or
Portland, Chicago, both. You have the mayor that set out to say, here, I want to put this out there. Here are some protests in the streets on Chicago now that the National Guard is here. I want to kind of go through this because you have to. Yeah, go ahead, play it.
Make some noise, Chicago! When immigrants are under attack, what do we do? When immigrants are under attack, what do we do? When black people are under attack, what do we do? When black people are under attack, what do we do? When workers are under attack, what do we do? When workers are under attack, what do we do? It's windy. I know you can get louder, y'all. Come on.
100 people out there. You got an entire city that's like, get these people out of here.
Stand up, fight back. Is that what they were saying? I'm pretty sure that's what they were saying.
And I just can't. I'm looking at it going, oh, come on. This cannot be real. It cannot be real.
Yeah. I wonder how many of them were actually legal citizens. Like, and
the guy that was talking wasn't. We stand back. What do we do? Fight back. Fight back. The guy just climbed across the border.
Yeah.
I got to go. I got to get to Chicago so I can stand up and fight back. Oh, yeah. And we have this whole thing down here.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Vato.
It's you can't make up how insane everything is right now. I mean, you couldn't.
Why are we even debating it, Harry? Why are we debating it?
You and I are on the same page. It sounds like I don't think we're debating it. We're just like I think we're just baffled by how retarded it all is or how dumb it all is.
It is really retarded.
You can't even say that word anymore. I mean, it's so I got to be careful on what I say on some platforms. But it is quite retarded. I
mean, listen, I'm gonna get censored anyway. So just so you know, I'm on the X platform being censored. They love me. They love to censor people. It's really kind of nice. It's the only free platform, Harry. If you didn't know that X is the only free platform, it's not free at all. We get to pick your voice. We get to pick what the narrative is. And they just continue to push on it. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
I have realized on X, it's who you know to get out information. I tried to figure that out early on. who to try to make friends with, and then have to be careful there because some of them were just mean and cruel and just not good people, and some of them are good, but they won't share if you go against a narrative that they don't like. So it's very, like you're saying, it's very easy to get shadow banned on there unless unless you are staying within the boundaries of what they appreciate. And I've noticed some like some are Israel followers, some are not. I've never played within those realms, so it's not a big like. I believe evil's evil, and I believe evil is in Israel. I believe evil is in America. I believe evil is evil. So now, whenever I start seeing evil people in charge of those places, I'll point at them, but it doesn't make it won't make you popular. It won't make me popular whenever we start pointing out like individual evils. They'll call us.
I call them Bibi Jews.
Bibi
like
Jews.
baby Jews, but they're Bibi Jews. So they're Bibi Netanyahu Jews. So they're the faithless atheists that are out there. Like I don't want to attack an entire group of people. I don't want to attack all black people because you have people that go out there and commit crimes, right? I don't want to attack all Jews. I don't want to attack. Yeah, they have a cartel. They built a cartel. They did a really good job marketing. They put this marketing group together and they said, hey, we're going to go do really evil things because we don't believe in God. And we're going to take over the financial institutions. We're going to take over. And they built what the equivalent of the Freemasons into our society. They own 46% of judgeships. They own the financial institutions. They own Big Pharma. They own Hollywood. I mean, you want me to keep going on? They own all the tech companies. You
should be allowed to point that out. If especially here's what the wild thing here. I can disagree with you. I'm not saying I do or don't. I agree that evil's evil, but I mean I can disagree with you. And you know what? You should have the right to say whatever the hell you want. And I should be man enough to go, okay, well let's work through this. Are there a lot of Jewish people in Hollywood, and has there been smoke there and fires? Oh, okay, yeah, it seems like that. It's been there. So I mean, you can just walk it out. Okay, now we could also do the same thing with. We could do the same. Yeah, yeah. We could do the same thing with a lot of different races of people, though, because I don't believe all Italian people are in the mafia. But I do know there's some hardcore guys in the mafia
I'm partially Italian. I would tell you that most of them are.
Oh dear God!
I'm just kidding. We're not,
awesome.
How many cement slippers you got on?
Yeah, hopefully none. In the near future. I do believe all Italian women can cook, though. I'll go ahead and go with that. I believe all Italian women can cook. Thus far, I've experienced that.
Is someone getting mad at me for saying Bibi Jew? Come on, don't tell me Bibi Jew. All right, listen. Let me just explain myself. What happened was, and what I was trying to explain to y'all is that you cannot. There shouldn't be an AIPAC. There shouldn't be 93 out of 100 senators that are under the influence by spending tens of millions of dollars and buying our congressmen. You shouldn't be able to do that. You shouldn't be able to do it. You should be able to have people go to Congress and represent the people in their community. This shouldn't even be a conversation. But you can't, Harry, 6.5 hours it took. Hamas came in, killed 1,400 people, right? October 7th. It took them 6 hours. There's people that have testified. They testified and said that they told us to stay away from the area. So they let their own people get slaughtered. Bibi Jews let their own people get slaughtered.
Well, I mean, this is where, because I've got friends that are Jewish, and but I'll still tell them just like I'll tell you. I mean, your people, y'all killed Christ. I mean, and he was like the nicest one of y'all. So I mean, it is what it is. Now,
but he was
all their people kill Christ? No, all their people did not kill Christ because they have great people. The cool thing about the Jewish community is there are some amazing people in the Jewish community because they can do amazing things. But you can also do amazing evil. It's not always amazing good. You got to remember the amazing evils there too, and they can do both. And it is what it is. I mean, if you're so bent out of shape, or not you personally, but if someone's so bent out of shape over truth, then Go hide your head under a rock. I mean, go get out of conversations because you don't need to be there if you can't handle some truth.
Yeah, but that's my whole thing, right? And yeah, are there stupid people that follow stupid people? Yes. Yeah, that act stupid? Yes. And are there stuff like PCAPs on the election side that don't make any sense with people like Dennis Montgomery that create nonsense out there out of thin air because they're a part of the CIA, whatever you want to call it? Yes, yes. And are the elections stolen? Yes. And are there good Jews? Yes. But is there a fraternity of bad Jews? Yes, yes. They're called Bibi Jews.
Are there good CIA people though? I mean, I'm just
no. There's no good CIA people. No. There might be a few.
There might be. There might be. To my CIA people that are out there watching, I'm sort of kidding. So don't get too mad at me and come after me. Or if you do, just make it quick.
Yeah, make it quick.
Please.
All right. So I have to say this: the DHS agents detained. We'll go back to Chicago for a minute. We'll get away from the Bibi Jews, and look, we have to create good people and bad people. Hold bad people accountable. Stephen Miller, he's a good Jew. He's a good dude, right? Talks about things that make sense, right? He's probably got some Bibi Jew friends. I've got some Bibi Jew friends. I've got some faithless atheists that are friends of mine, right? That are my friends. I pray for them all the time. I always put my hand on them. I'm like, Lord Jesus, I just need you to capture the heart of my friend. He doesn't believe you're real, but you know what? I know you're real. So I want you to infect his mind tonight when he's sleeping. I'll do that. And they're like, Joe, get your hand off me. I'm like, it's too late. See, it's transference. I already gave it to you. I already gave you the gift of Jesus. So you got it. You're infected now. I'll do this all the time, right? I do this all the time.
That's good.
But it does work, by the way, because then they have to ultimately come back and be like, Joe, it was Bibi Jews. I was like, I told you. All right. DHS agents detained 2 illegal aliens in West Chicago. And you gotta see this. Let's play it.
Yep.
These are grown men and women.
Yeah.
They're grown men and women. These are grown men and women acting like they're just a bunch of animals. I mean, and by the way, these people are creating this environment. People like Gavin Newsom, people like Pritzker, people like the Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson. Jeffries, they're creating this environment. It's only a matter of time until somebody brings a gun to one of these deals and decides.
And they'll love that if they do. Those people would love that if they do, because it'll be like a Charlie Kirk thing to them. It'll be a way for them to, one, point out guns are terrible, and then they'll be able to put more rules, because inevitably the people that could actually affect really good change are people like you.
Yeah.
People like me. People who not only, especially the ones that are serving our country, but the ones that have some kind of rational mindset. And most of us, one, we're not gonna run out and do anything stupid like that. So they utilize this crowd, these people, to do the dumbest things to take away our guns, take away our ability to speak. And that way, whenever the shit does hit the fan enough, because in my opinion, it should have already hit the fan like years ago, whenever they mandated poison.
Stop.
But when it does hit the fan, they're gonna have a lot of rules in place, and we're gonna be screwed by them. It's gonna be really difficult.
Yes, but they're gonna. This is called incremental violence. This is incremental war, right? Incremental warfare. And as much as I had to go back and watch this video of Tori's. Oh man, I hate the fact that she lied about me. But I went back and watched this 3.5 hour thing of Tori's, 4 hours of Tori's, that she uncovered people in the government and that are basically planning. They're planning treason. she infiltrated this Antifa / whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so I'm I'm watching this video. It's 3.5 hours. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not a big fan of Tori, right? Because she makes shit up about other people, including me. But this video was impactful. So I'm in that point where I have to admit, you have this impactful video while I'm trying to sue her for being a lying shitbag, right? So imagine having both those things happen at the same time in your brain. And I'm thinking to myself, holy crap, they should all go to prison. These people should all go to prison, including the leaders, including the leaders.
Yeah.
They're in on it.
I interviewed a sitting senator the other day, Shane Jett. I interviewed him in his office, and then I went to his house, met his family, and did an interview there to get a background and everything. And he literally said that these people are treasonous, and they should be treated as such to the full extent.
Including the judges.
Yeah. And that's whenever sitting senators are telling you that, I mean, and he's telling a paramedic that's actually picking up the bodies, that he's telling me, hey, they're killing you. Yes, I know they're killing me. And they're killing everybody that I'm picking up. What should we do about it, Senator? Well, I mean, the only thing to do is actually grow nuts enough to actually arrest these people and try them as for treason and treat them as treasonous people, which...
It just drives me crazy. They have no balls, none, zero balls. Like the ball.
There's a reason why we were allowed to have. I don't know how well it would work, but I mean, we can have a well-organized militia. I mean, you could if you make the biggest militia in the United States, huge.
All about it. Come on.
Yeah, there's a reason we are allowed that now. Do we want to see all of that, happen? No, but at some point, only so many senators that are currently, sitting senators can tell us we're being murdered and we have to do something about it. And then you ask them also, why aren't y'all doing anything? Because our hands are tied. And it's true. I don't think he's lying at all. I know he's a friend. I know his hands are tied by the other people he's working with that won't allow any kind of traction when it comes to bad people getting the punishment.
Yeah, because they're in on it. They're in on it. You talk about bad people. Notoriously over time, go back in history, gangs were designed to protect the community, right? And in the Black community, gangs were, when they first started out, they would basically protect them from racist attacks like lynchings and things like that. That's how that all started, right? Now that they saw this as the bibbies, I'll call them the bibbies, saw that as a threat, and you have eugenics that comes in, right? That was actually created by Zionist zealots. I'm sorry, but that's the whole abortion deal was created by Margaret Sanger, right? And the idea was kill off minorities. And they had to do it by making it a right. So anybody that knows about this knows that what I'm saying is absolutely accurate. Now, fast forward, they created these gangs to protect their community. And they're like, okay, so they're protecting their community. We got to destroy them. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to inject drugs and guns into their culture and say you can make a lot of money on this. Now, what that'll allow us to do is build a school to prison pipeline and degrade education. Because remember, black people were actually on their way up. They were doing great things. You had people that were solving the problem. They were working the problem. You removed all the obstacles. You get into the 50s and 60s, there were some massive amounts of things that we're building for the black community. And in walks in the Bibby Jews, right? They come in here and they're like, we're going to build these NGO networks and we're going to make people gay. And you're like, Joe, that's not possible. Okay. Harry, every LGBTQ PM tranny thing that's out there, or every single one of them, without exception, is run by who?
What do you run by?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who they're run by, but I would say that they all have certainly been indoctrinated into a mindset for the most part.
They're all Bibby Jews. Every one of them, 100% of them are Bibby Jews.
I'd say the tranny community, they seem to be just highly indoctrinated people with mental issues. And what did Charlie Kirk say? He was like, if you're over 18 and believe you're a different gender, then you have mental issues. If you're under 18 and you believe it, then your mother has mental issues. So they're indoctrinated by somebody at some point, but then the family just keeps doing it and doing it and doing it. And that's also with the same thing that you're talking about inside the lower income communities. I mean, they start getting culture. The culture becomes, that kind of mindset. And that mindset, sadly, was fed all the alcohol, all the drugs, all the guns. And then at some point, actually, I think the CIA even admitted they introduced syphilis through the Tuskegee experiments, which was super kind of them. But yeah, there's been a lot of bad stuff that happened. I mean, like so much bad. There's enough information, and I can only imagine, since you seem to have like all this information in your head, which I try not to put that much in, because it's just like, do I really want to bang my head against the wall tonight? Just a little extra. But we've got enough. We've got enough information. We know we're being destroyed. We know people, that are actually running the country or running, our states right now are telling us we're being destroyed. We have enough family members dying of turbo cancers. We have enough family members having sudden heart attacks, sudden deaths after they take their shots. We have enough family members that are addicted to all of the drugs. Now we have family members being destroyed by illegal aliens that are coming over here. We have enough information to say who needs to be arrested, that we just need to do it. So how do we get that done? Like, what would be the actual answer on that? Without armed conflict, Without armed conflict, how can we get our upper echelons to do the right thing?
Yeah, I don't think you can.
I'm beginning to think the same thing. I'm beginning to think that that's impossible. I think which is sad, because it's sad. That means that eventually it'll be the conflict, and the conflict is going to be destructive, man. Like, I mean, that'll be ugly. Especially for someone working in the field like me. That's just going to be, and then I'll get aimed at as well, because I'm a part of the medical community. Even though I've been speaking out since the start of this, I know eventually I'm going to either be a target for either side, really, because once the mass has actually realized that the medical community was a part of mass genocide, it's going to be very dangerous to go to work.
Very, 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 very dangerous. Yeah. I want to Kash Patel. So I want to go back to Chicago, because I think it's important. We talk about good people and bad people, right? So there's good Italians. There's a lot more good Italians, because Italian food's good. A lot more good Italians than there is bad Italians, right? And so I don't think there's that many bad Italians, by the way, because they make their food's too good and their wine is amazing. So, but FBI Director Kash Patel, Kardashian Patel, says nearly 5% of Chicago's 2.5 million residents, so 110,000 people, are active gang members.
Wow.
First of all, he's not correct, but let's go ahead and play this.
Active gang members.
The juggernaut that is demolishing the weaponization of law enforcement and bringing it to places like Chicago. When I was there today with Todd, we learned that the Chicago city streets have 110,000 gang members. That's right, you heard me right. They had 1,200 shootings this year alone, 360 homicides. When politicians choose to side with those metrics and not their citizenry, thank God we have President Trump and this Department of Justice and this FBI going in there and crushing violent crime. And President Trump sent us into these cities quietly to set the stage, to set up for the National Guard, to see the success that we saw in Washington, D.C., in Memphis. The FBI has been leading the charge in every single one of these streets because we know how to gather ground-level intelligence, and we know how to put handcuffs on the bad guys, and we know that we have the backing of this administration. And most importantly, the agents at the FBI know that they have the backing of the American people and their government.
Well, I mean, like, imagine there's going to be a lot of soldiers running around there. Because like right now here in DC, like it's weird because I'm watching like soldiers, you know, in groups just walking up and down the streets, cops as well, but soldiers just strolling up and down the street together, you know, and in actual, you know, they're full battle rattle. They're actually soldiers, soldier into soldier here on the streets of DC.
And there's no crime.
Yeah, it's not. I've just seen people, you know, loitering or, you know, sleeping on the side of the road. But there's got to be some crime. I mean, thankfully, I haven't been privy to it yet. But it is a lot better with the soldiers walking around. I would imagine it keeps people at bay.
You're in my stomping ground if you're in DC. Which part of DC are you in?
Right now, I'm about. Well, I don't want to.
I'm
not
near Georgetown.
I'm not far from the Washington Washington Monument. I'm going to walk here in a little bit to the Lincoln Memorial.
DuPont Circle. You go. What are you going? East or west from there?
Whichever way Google tells me. I don't know this place at all. Like
Adams Mark District.
Come and check out this place. So if you have any good, you know, places to go eat or something like that, I would.
And that's my hood, baby. Head over to Anacostia. It'll be the first time and only time you'll be able to walk past 6 o'clock at night and not get mugged or stabbed. So
okay. Well,
actually don't do that because I can't guarantee that they've got that hemmed up yet. Although I got friends that are in DC that are, you know, posting stuff like they're pissed that they're there because there's no excitement anymore. They can't watch anybody. It's like it's like whack-a-mole, right?
Oh.
So when I was younger, I used to enjoy going out there so you would see some action.
Well, no, I haven't seen. Thankfully, no action. Just you know, one guy literally went out in front of the road the other day and started cussing at each other, and like it was like the guy was trying to get hit by a car, but I'm pretty sure he was just, you know, not on his psych meds. So there was a screaming match between each other, but no punches thrown, no nothing like that, and not far away was cops and. There are a lot of ambulances running around though. Like these guys are working pretty hard here because I mean there's just one ambulance after another. So I don't know what they're headed to. I mean, it's not my thing over here, but probably the same crap I'm running. Honestly, probably a lot of people dying suddenly, strokes, heart attacks.
It's what happens when you put the COVID vaccine in people.
Oh all yeah, right. That's everywhere, bro.
So imagine doing the right thing by the Chicago residents, right? And there's people in Chicago are like, this is what's needed. This is what they said. Let's go play it.
Man, they talking about sending the National Guard to Chicago, man. I'm not going to lie. This is scary. This is scary. This is scary. This is scary. Send the Marines! Send the Navy! Get chop, bring everything. I want the Army. I want ROTC. I want OOS. I want the tribal chief. Yeet. Yeah. Because Chicago is a hot goddamn mess. I work downtown. I do this every day. I see delinquency. I see violence. I see littering, pollution. I see filth. I see homelessness. I see suffering. Send the whole goddamn fleet.
Okay, so I don't like the fact that
he said that well. I mean, he expressed himself really well.
I shudder when somebody uses God's name in vain. It's like the one thing that I just can't. Oh, he could have said all that without that. But yeah, what he said was true, right?
Yeah, it sounds like it. I mean, I wouldn't want to go walk around in Chicago at night. Just like I'm going to go walk around in DC at night, and still there's little risk. But I would not even remotely try that in Chicago. No, not even close. Like, I don't care how well strapped you are, whatever. I would not play that at all. Yeah. Why even? What's the point?
No, I'm just kidding.
The
I'm just
hotel
kidding.
has a restaurant.
The
bro.
problem is you can't. You can't, because if you pull a gun, even in self-defense, you're going to jail, right? You still have to run. You still have to run because you can't.
There's no stand your ground.
No, there's no stand. There's no stand or anything. It's become a victim. You wonder why there's 110,000. There's 110,000 people in Chicago that basically run around with guns. I bet you this guy has a gun. You know why? Because you have to. You have to. Do you know how many men are in prison right now in Chicago for defending themselves? I bet you it's tens of thousands.
Oh, I bet it's insane.
Tens of thousands, right? Because they stood up and wanted to protect themselves and their family. And then they threw the book at them because it didn't matter that they were defending themselves. What mattered is that they told them they can't have a Second Amendment right. And so they're going to take away their rights because they had to defend themselves against some violent thug. And then the system is designed to cater to the violent thug. And now that you put the violent thug in the ground, now we're going to put you in jail for 15 to 20 years. That's a truth.
Do you think they'll start? Do you think that most of the gang members will start shooting at the soldiers there in Chicago?
Absolutely not. Look, there's a code.
I'm glad. That's because I saw one video at one point where they were like, "Bring the soldiers," and I was just like,
"No,
that wouldn't be good. You don't want to shoot
me.
at our soldiers. Then you piss off everybody."
Let me just tell you something about gang members. Gang members are in a gang for a reason. Right? They're in a family for a reason. Most of their fathers are in prison. Most of their mothers strung out on drugs that they were given as a result of infecting their community. And you can say, Joe, you don't know, and I would tell you, I lived it. I lived it. You can't tell me. I lived it in the area you're in right now before gentrification.
So most of them won't do anything stupid like that. Then that's
no,
good.
They don't. Look, most of them. Look. This is the part where people just get it all wrong. They get it all wrong. They get it all wrong. Well, if you're a Muslim, you're a terrorist. That's not true. If you're a black person, you want to rob me. No, that's not true. We're treating people like animals and expecting them to be something different than an animal. But people join gangs for a reason. They have no opportunity.
I don't disagree, but I mean, Oklahoma City, I was working there, and there was one. So for some reason to get into this gang, and it was probably just a stupid young gang and not a big boy gang, but they were supposed to shoot at ambulances, and multiple of our ambulances got shot. And so I know stupid people can be everywhere, and not all gang members are smart, I would imagine. So I'm concerned about the dumb ones that are going to do something stupid and make it really ugly.
I don't want an ambulance to get shot at, but I mean, I'm not, and I don't mean this to be funny, right? But if you shoot someone in an ambulance, they at least can help themselves. Right? So, sorry to be a little bit funny. It's like shooting into a hospital. Well, you're already there.
That's the only thing. The only thing out of all this is that the only thing they're going to grab that clip and they're going to like shooting into a hospital. And then it's going to say Bibby Jew. It's going to be like shit. All you'll hear.
Joe's talking about Bibby Jews. I'm not talking about Bibby Jews right now. I'm talking about gang members that actually sound like they're a little bit humane. At least you got some gauze there. You get shot through an ambulance.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
You know what? Just put full stop rounds in the guns. Quit shooting these these ball ammo, and it'll stop on the outside of the ambulance, right? So then you can still get into the gang.
Stop shooting at that. Just don't shoot at my ambulance. How about that? Can we have that?
Okay. I just want everybody to know that's watching. Please do not shoot at the ambulances, right? Or in hospitals, right? Don't shoot Bibby Jews either, because you don't know which ones they are.
Oh, dear Lord, we're gonna get in so much trouble for this.
Okay,
this is not gonna stay up on X at all. Like I'll repost it, and I'm gonna get like 10 views, and it's probably just gonna be our haters, all 10 of
That's
the extra haters.
We'll let them be haters. Let the haters hate.
That's awesome.
All right, so let's talk about it. Can we talk about it? Can we please talk about it? I want to talk about this. Right, you have the mayor of Chicago that he's saying it's unconstitutional and illegal. Oh my gosh. Play it. Play this idiot. Go ahead, play it.
You know, as far as what we are hearing, the National Guard, first of all, it's illegal, unconstitutional, it's dangerous, it's wrong. This is not about deportation. This is not about safety for this president. This is about authoritarianism. It's about stoking fear. It's about breaking the Constitution that would give him that much more control over our American cities.
Okay, just for some soup salad, it's dangerous because 1,200 shootings over the last year is not dangerous. And the fact that over 300 people will lose their lives as they play whack-a-mole running from place to place and hopefully not being out after 6 o'clock and sending a vast majority of those kids into the prison system, none of that's dangerous. It's only dangerous when you have someone in that stops people from committing crimes. And go.
I'm just gonna leave it with that. We're so screwed.
We're so retarded.
We're in.
You know you're a retard when.
Yeah, Can I say we're fucked on here? Am I allowed to cuss?
I'm trying not to cuss. You don't have to be by
I
me.
cuss every once in a while, and I believe in God. I work to be Christ-like, and I fail many times and just get back up. But I mean, I believe saying we're fucked here. We're the retardedness of this world has just. Can it get worse? I mean,
yes. Yeah, don't ever say that. Don't. Oh no. No. You're in DC, bro. Shit could get a lot worse. A lot worse. I promise you.
Well, I don't know, brother. I don't think we're gonna fix it tonight. And if you don't mind, I'm gonna ring off. I want to go walk. I want to go walk before it gets too dark. And I'm sorry to leave you like that, but I don't want to be rolling by myself out here. And even though it's your hood.
You're rolling.
But hey, if you got key people here, you can be like, hey, be on the lookout for this hippie looking guy. He looks like a vagrant. He's got some tattoos. I'll even wear my paramedic
If you
shirt.
told me where you were at, I could send a couple guys. I know a couple GBs that live down there that live in DC still that are. Yes, I got a lot of friends. I got a lot of friends in DC. So
that's cool.
But you're fine. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, the safest place you could be right now is in DC.
Oh, it doesn't seem that bad at all. It doesn't seem that
it's
bad.
Pretty safe. They haven't had a shooting in like 28 days. They had one actually down by the river. Somebody shot themselves.
Well, if I get off tonight going to that place that you said, then you know who probably did it. You. But hey, at least there'll be proof.
All right, I just want to reiterate: do not shoot at Harry's ambulance, please. He is like thinking to himself, "I need to get out of here before."
No, I'm fine. I'm gonna go eat, relax, go check out a monument or two.
Just please do.
Pretend like the rest of the world doesn't exist for a little while, brother.
That's a great idea. God bless you, brother. Thanks for coming on and going through all this stuff. And I know we're going to get in a lot of trouble for talking about retards and baby Jews, and Italians. So if you're an Italian, you should be offended too. So
God bless you too. We left out the Irish, so y'all are good.
The Irish. Oh, you're giving us some leprechaun up their butt.
I love you, man. Later.
See you, brother. Love you, man. See you. All right, so we're going to jump right into Pritzker since my flight got canceled, which is not good. Man, it's not what I wanted to hear. Pritzker had something to Trump called for Pritzker to be imprisoned. He should be. Sedition's a real thing. Let's go and play it.
You know as well as I do, the President of the United States in the last 24 hours called for you to be imprisoned. I want to give you an opportunity. We've seen your reaction on social media, but I want to hear what you have to say back to the President of the United States.
Well, let's start with the idea that this is a convicted felon. I mean, think about that, who is threatening to jail me. I got to say, this guy's unhinged. He's insecure. He's a wannabe dictator. And there's one thing I really want to say to Donald Trump. If you come for my people, you come through me. So come and get me.
He doesn't really believe that. He doesn't believe that at all. You can see that he has no conviction. He doesn't think it's possible. He thinks that somewhere along the line, these people are going to stand up and protect him. I call on President Trump to come get him. Come get all of them. Start with the people in Dominion too. Those people should be lined up for treason. Military tribunals. Let's get it going. You cannot have people in this country that are undermining the very rule of law, putting criminals on the streets and allow these people to stay in their positions of power and authority. It shouldn't even be a thing. We should be able to agree very quickly that what they're doing is illegal and highly dangerous to just the basic structure of being a constitutional republic. Stephen Miller did respond to Pritzker and Johnson of Chicago. Ah, man, I love Stephen Miller. He might get mad at me because he might not like the fact that I talk about Bibi Jews. But I call him Bibi Jews because Bibi is a known atheist, right? He doesn't believe in God. None of these people do. You've all know Harari. They don't believe in God. They are demonic. Play it.
What's the Pritzker record? What's the Mayor Johnson record? Bloodbath, suffering, death, misery. You know, in just one weekend, you had over 70 people shot. 70 people shot in gun battles on the streets of Chicago. More dangerous than Mexico City, more dangerous than Baghdad, Iraq. And this is an American town. Donald Trump stands for peace. They stand for violence and death. It has to stop.
True, true. True, 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 and true. Okay, so let's get into this. U.S. Border Commander Greg Bovino has been going up and rounding up people in Chicago. And here's the greatest part about it. And this is the part they can't understand, is that people on the street are like, oh, yeah, I'm for this stuff. And then the National Guard rolls in and they're like, oh, we love you. Go ahead and play it.
Hey, we do that one too. Right. How are you? Hey, I'm doing better than that, sir, I guess. Full of energy. Hey, we need some energy. We got to have some energy here going on, guys. I thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir. Hey, thank y'all.
I'm just really happy. So I should be more. Sometimes I have a lack of hope because of the stuff they did with Dominion. And this is because they want to hide more information behind these Bibi Jew judges and these gay, whatever you want to call it, judges. And I don't care that they're gay. I care about the fact that they're henchmen for really evil people. And they don't believe in God. They don't believe in anything other than themselves and the deviancy which they represent. You got to be able to strip them all out. And so we're going to continue to talk about Chicago. But I want to introduce you. Oh boy, is this all I have? I don't have any more than this. I'm going to have to wrap up early. Are you kidding me? Oh, this is terrible. This is a teaser. It's a teaser for tomorrow. Oh my gosh. I'm at the end of the show. You know how terrible that is? Oh, I feel terrible right now. You guys are crushing my soul. Okay. Katie Porter's. It was awesome. I ran through in like 15 minutes, just so you know. I thought I did too until they TSA says, hey, we're not letting people through. All right. Well, it's going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be fire, but Katie Porter is running for governor of California. I don't even know. Can we go back to? We're gonna have to go back to the Dominion thing after this. I'm not done yet. All right. So let me just do this. Ready? She's running for governor, and things are going so had an absolute meltdown. Now, tomorrow we're going to go through a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. But let's play this last cut. This is Katie Porter. She loses. She has an absolute meltdown. Meltdown in the middle of an interview. In the middle of an interview on the call with somebody. Has this. Go ahead, play it.
State could lose. Get out of my fucking shot.
I wanted to tell you that that's actually incorrect. It's not that it's electric vehicles. It's that if we don't meet the commitments under the Paris Climate Accord.
Okay, it does. Okay, you also were in my shot before that. Stay out of my shot.
Out of my shot. Oh, you can't make this stuff up. Guys, stay out of the shot. Why are you in my shot? Why are you in my shot? Austin, why are you in my shot? Come on. You guys are in my shot. Okay, we're done. Rasmussen Poll talked about a book. I'll talk about this book. This is a book called Stolen Elections to Take Down Democracies Worldwide. We already know that the algorithms that were used inside the machines were created by a man named Eric Coomer. Eric Coomer is the one that said, hey, do not worry about it. Trump's not going to win. I made sure of it. On an Antifa call a couple months before the election in 2020. We also know that Eric Coomer has, I don't know, he's going on his fourth DUI that he had. He could have had a fourth DUI. That would have been running into the building. And before that, he had one in 2009. Before that, he had several drug and alcohol related offenses that would have ended him up by his own admission in jail for a long time. These are the people that were recruited to work for Dominion Voting Systems. Before it was Dominion, it was Sequoia. And as the chief architect, he injected in that led CIFIS to the understanding that they needed to strip away the ability for Smartmatic to be connected to Dominion Voting Systems, or excuse me, Sequoia at the time. Now, what's really interesting about this book, and I have read this book already, is that this page 185 from Rasmussen Report says that the engineer who actually built the algorithm stealing the elections for Biden looked at me like I was an idiot and asked, do you think we stole the election here in the blue counties? We're smarter than that. No, we shaved off votes in the red counties in the countryside where Trump was strong, and we let the blue counties untouched. We shaved off 10% of Douglas County, Colorado, and 10% of Mesa County, Colorado, and other red counties until Biden count was over 50% statewide. This is the reality of what happened in our systems. I got in a big fight with Grok, actually ARA, last night when I was in the truck. And then I basically went back and started feeding information to Grok, of which it came back and said, oh yeah, you're right, that the elections were stolen. We are in a place right now where right is wrong and wrong is right. And Rasmussen reports, yes, absolutely. It was a post on one of my posts. Yes, 100%. Yes, the systems inside of our country are 100% captured. And so that, I don't know where I was going with this, other than the fact that when we start looking at Dominion selling to this company, this one guy that owns just one guy who owns it, and now he owns Dominion Voting Systems, and they get to walk away with an undisclosed amount of cash, and they get to walk away and bankrupt the here's what I know happened. Okay, let me tell you what happened. Dominion Voting Systems was not sold. They sold all the information, the source code, all of that to this guy. They were able to keep all of their stuff. Then they will bankrupt the company and they will basically shut off access to all the data. And if you want to tie it all back, we can tie it back to what happened in Nashville, Tennessee in 2020 when they blew up a data center in downtown Nashville. They did that. And then everyone said it was no big deal. See, we have forgotten more about what's happened in our country than you can imagine. They have kept us in a perpetual state of chaos. They have lied to us. So slowing it down and getting to the point where you're like, you're a liar, you're a liar, you're a liar. These companies were owned by private equity firms who were tied to some of the biggest TikTocracies in the country. Biggest tech companies in the country, run by a small group of people that are all baby Jews. Sorry, it's truth. And I'm sorry you don't like what I'm saying, but it's absolutely true. Tina Peters is rotting in jail right now. We uncover fraud, treason, and sedition every single day. Every single day. Breaking, sedition, committed by this leader or this leader. You have acting members of Congress that are calling for terrorist acts against Americans. Breaking. Governor Gavin Newsom is basically creating unsafe environments in every city and stealing billions of dollars while making the deficit in his country go up so dramatically, it's nearly insolvent. But hey, we got to make sure we keep all these illegals here. We got to fight for illegals because we certainly can't take care of American citizens. And every single person that runs for office around the country, they say the same thing. I'm going to fight for you and we're going to turn things around. And, you know, we're for you and stand with me and I'll be strong. And say a whole bunch of word salad that doesn't mean jack shit. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. Let me tell you what you got to do. You ready? You got to arrest the 50,000 people, including judges, attorneys, congressmen, governors, mayors, secretary of states, attorney generals. Just grab them on up. Take them on down to a military tribunal and then have a quick trial. And have them either serve the rest of their life in a federal prison or face a firing squad, which frankly I prefer because it wasn't a victimless crime what happened in our country. I don't want this idea that you can allow them to call you bad while they are the bad ones. And you somewhere along the line got to maintain this thing while they act like animals is just not true. You're waiting for incremental violence. They killed Charlie Kirk. That's incremental violence. Putting Tina Peters in jail, that's incremental violence. The judge in that case, Matthew Barrett, should actually face a firing squad. He committed treason. He stopped the American people from getting access to the information of elections in our country that are systematically stolen, not just in Mesa County, Colorado, but around the country. And the governor of Colorado was complicit in the behavior. The attorney general in Colorado was complicit in the behavior. The secretary of state used her position of power with the AG's office to send people to Mesa County to sit down with the DA, Dan Rubenstein, and then cover up the crime with the help of Dominion Voting Systems, and then had people spying on Tina Peters' entire county clerk and recorder's office, spying on it since day one when she was elected. That's what we're facing in our state, and the only way to get rid of these criminals is to actually put your foot down. But here's the problem. You're going to shut out a bunch of Bibi Jews. You're going to put a bunch of Bibi Jews on trial in a military tribunal. They're going to go to there, and they should face the music. But you're afraid to do it because somewhere along the line, you want to avoid looking bad. You want to look good to avoid looking bad. In other words, don't take any risks. Here's what I want to tell you guys. If you don't take risks, then that means you live your life in fear of loss. You live your life allowing the grip of a rotted system of politics to permeate through every part of our society. You allow them to become emboldened on killing Charlie Kirk. While people rush into the church environment to get close to God, the pastors are up there teaching some sort of diabolical idea that you can just tolerate evil. You can't. And the idea of fear of loss, nobody has ever won under this idea of fear of loss. Nobody. Nobody has ever won that way. Never, ever. President Trump, you did not win by living your life in fear of loss. And if you want to go back in time, you can talk about being $900 million in debt. And the story about when somebody said something bad about a bum and you're like, yeah, but he's worth $900 million more than what I am. You had to climb out of that hole of $900 million in debt. You had to figure out a way to get out of it. That's not living your life in fear of loss, because you would have just gone straight to loss. That's living your life in abundance. That's trying to find ways in your life in order to get out of that hole by creating and maneuvering and doing the things that were necessary in order to resurrect an environment that seemed hopeless for 99% of the people out there. That's the reality of what President Trump, that's what you did. And if we sit here and say, all right, well, we might do this, we might do that. I know that you're wargaming stuff in the back room. I get it. But what's happening right now, and if it's like having kids. If you wait until it's a good time to have kids, you'll never have kids. If you wait till the good time to actually drop the hammer on these people and charge them with sedition and with treason, you will never have a good time to do it. It won't happen. You'll constantly be looking for, I don't even know what you'd call it, something different than what you have right now. You'll never get there. So I'm just going to say it, and I really, really, really pray. I pray that somewhere along the line, the hammers start getting dropped. Pritzker asked to be arrested. Go arrest him. And start with the military tribunals. Now is the time. Now is the absolute time that you go into Dominion voting systems and you confiscate everything. Otherwise, you're leaving it wide open for these criminals to walk away and take with them the crime of the century, which killed millions of Americans under the guise of COVID-19 and caused irreparable harm to people like me, people like you, to great Americans across the country who frankly have stood up. No fear of loss. We knew we were going to lose. We understood that was going to be an outcome that we were going to lose. And we did so because we saw we didn't actually see that it was going to end well. We just knew that in the end, God would make things go well in the end, whether that's here or in the next life. We knew that we would find our way out. Fear of loss, if you live your life that way, if you do a campaign that way, if you run a business that way, you're always going to be running towards the bottom. You are going to cheap sell everything. You are going to lose money slowly. You're going to die slowly, and you're never going to get to a place where you have any sort of maturity to what you're trying to accomplish. Now, it doesn't matter what we're talking about. Like you can't walk. The art of war was not written for the faint of heart. It was written to say, listen, if you can stay convicted to it, it may not end well, but here's the best path forward. And we're allowing the enemy to do it, but we ourselves are not putting ourselves in a position where we can win. It's quite crazy, actually. All right, let's go through the comments real quick before we pop out. Tomorrow is going to be really funny. Tomorrow is going to be nearly the funniest show we've ever had. Hopefully you guys put all of it in there. I was going through just grabbing stuff that I thought, this is hilarious. Gammy, men lose hair, women lose chest. Oh my gosh. They don't think they lose the chest. It's just gravity affects it so that it spreads it out. I should have said that. That was funny though. Vinny Barbarino. Who's Vinny Barbarino? Staying alive. Yeah, that's good. Hey, so we have a song. Can we play this song? We have an AI song that comes to us via Jared. Can we do that song? Are you there?
Yeah, it's the AI country song.
Yeah, you want to play this AI country song?
I don't have it.
Hey, you do. The song is actually in the comments. You see it?
Getting it.
I'm staring at it.
Untamed Nation.
It's up there.
All right, we're going to play a song. It's really awesome. And pretty soon we're not going to need any singers. We're just going to have AI singers that can hit every octave too. Can you imagine? That's going to be crazy. And my daughter just said, it's here. Micah. All right, you ready? You got it? You got it? Got it? Got it? All right, if you like it, if you're on Rumble, you have to hit the thumbs up button and you got to share it. If you don't like it, you have to hit the thumbs up button and you got to share it. No, you don't have to share it if you don't like it. But you said you're downloading it? Tell me when you got it. Got it? All right. This is the song. This is Untamed's new song. Let's play it. Austin's in my shot.
Rise up untamed in the heart of the fight where the wild ones roam. Joe Oltmann's calling, bringing truth back home. From conservative daily to this untamed fire, we shatter the silence, lifting spirits higher. No chains can hold us, no lies can prevail. Authentic and fearless on this rugged trail. Patriots gather under stars and stripes. Untamed nation, igniting the night. Untamed nation, let the truth roll out in this land of the free. Standing proud from sea to shining sea, we won't back down. Catch the fire, wear the crown. Untamed nation, it's our battle song, motivating hearts where the brave belong. Yeah, untamed and wild, forever strong. Play it again all night long. Break the mold, chase the real. No more games, time to heal. Joe's voice leads the untamed crew. Truth matters through and through. Untamed nation, let the truth roll out in this land of the free. Standing proud from sea to shining sea, we won't back down. Catch the fire, wear the crown. Tame nation, it's our battle song, motivating hearts where the brave belong. Yeah, untamed and wild, forever strong. Play it again all night long. Truth forever. True forever.
All right, come on. Tell me that wasn't a hot song. Tell me that wasn't hot. Y'all should all be hitting the reshare button because that was a hot song about Untamed Nation. I think it was great. Let's see what the comments say. Excellent. All right. That will be the new way that we open up from now on is Untamed Nation. It's pretty cool. Yeah. All right. Everyone loved it. I loved it too. I'm going to go work out to it. I'm going to go hit the weights since I can't get on a plane. Here's the thing that I'll tell you guys, right? So we get upset and we say that there's no hope. And I got today, I just have a feeling. I feel like that song. Just can't fight that feeling anymore. I feel like things are just moving the way that they're supposed to move. And we have to have faith in God. But we also got to pray to God that He takes care of us and does the things that He needs to do so that we can do the things that we need to do. So I just want you guys I got 3 people that don't like it. Oh, that's terrible. Oh man, you're gonna hurt my feelings. All right, let's pray it out, shall we? Let's pray it out, and then let's get ready for Fun Friday. Tomorrow's going to be super fun. We're going to make fun of a lot of people tomorrow. It should be great. Let's just do it. Father God, thank you for the opportunity to be here today. Thank you for the amazing men and women in the ICE uniform that are basically keeping America safe, that are sending people back that aren't supposed to be here, that are committed criminal acts against our own people. Father, we're grateful for the fact that you've been pulled back. You pulled back this veil. We see it all. And although at sometimes we feel as if, it's like, what are you going to do about it? That they're taunting us with the evil that they push upon our brothers and sisters in our community. But Father, we know that that's not true. And we know that We are to do our part. We are to stand up against evil. We are to carry the sword, but never to yield the sword first. Father, I just ask you to give us the strength that we can stand, the courage to do the right thing, that we won't act in a place of fear of loss, that we won't back down from the evil that's in front of us, that we will call them what they are, and we will do whatever is necessary to restore you to our community, to our country, and to the world. We know that this plague upon the people is so great, but we also know that it is not greater than you. So we ask you, Father, in the name of Jesus, to deliver us from this. We ask you to give us the strength to do our part and to live our lives in such a way that we can look back 5 years from now and say we did what was necessary in order to deliver our people, your people. I ask you, Father, to ease the hearts of those that would be hopeless and to give them the vision of what comes next. I ask these things, Father, humbly in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. I will see you. We're going to close this with the song again. You get to listen to it one more time. And then we may put it out. We may put this out as a song. I think it'll be great. Can we put it out as a song? Can we actually put it out? Can we put it on?
We're going to put it on Spotify.
We put it on Apple? No, put it on Spotify. Let's play it one more time. And God bless you all. See you soon.
Rise up untamed in the heart of the fight where the wild ones roam. Joe Oltmann's calling, bringing truth back home. From conservative daily to this untamed fire, we shatter the silence, lifting spirits higher. No chains can hold us, no lies can prevail. Authentic and fearless on this rugged trail. Patriots gather under stars and stripes. Untamed nation, igniting the night. Untamed nation, let the truth roll out in this land of the free. Standing proud from sea to shining sea, we won't back down. Catch the fire, wear the crown. Untamed nation, it's our battle song, motivating hearts where the brave belong. Yeah, untamed and wild, forever strong. Play it again all night long. Break the mold, chase the real. No more games, time to heal. Joe's voice leads the untamed crew.